kind of my own alliance. Like I thought maybe this might be the right time to do it because I have the opportunity, but I don't know if I would get the support from my alliance. So to have Ika say, do you want to put up Netta, and then to have Kevin and Bruno not fight to stop me from doing it. So if half of my alliance members want to do it and there's no repercussion, I didn't see that it was a bad idea at the time. I felt that if I put up Dre, then I would get Ika, Dimitri, and William mad at me. If I put up Ika, I had William, Dre, and Dimitri mad at me. So to me, when I weighed up my options, that was like the least repercussion. No one was going to be gunning after me for going after Netta.
And Dre, you were you wanted a newbie to win fan.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
I did.
How did you feel when, I know that it was unanimous vote for Kevin.
Yes.
Why did you flip? Was it based solely on who the better player was?
Yes.
And if it had been, and this is just a guess, and you really don't have to answer, if it had been a stronger player than Karen, out of the newbies, would you have still stuck to your original that you did all season? I want a newbie to win.
That's an excellent question, because as much as I wanted a newbie to win, I am a fan of Big Brother first and foremost, and this was my dream. So I did feel like I wanted to vote for someone, or I wanted the winner of Big Brother to represent this season. So if the final two was a little different, maybe my vote would have been different. I wasn't set on Kevin. I didn't necessarily appreciate Kevin in the game, if you remember. But we're cool now, so but I think between Kevin and Karen, my best option was Kevin. Yes.
How did you feel when, I mean, it showed a little bit on the TV. I wish there was cameras in the jury house. How did you feel when it was only Kevin that voted for you to stay when you got put on the block?
I thought that a lot of people would know how I felt about that the moment I heard that and walked out and stormed and was pissed. Yeah, you don't need to see the jury house and how I felt. To be honest with you, even though I wasn't I know the presumption is a lot of people thought that the three of us in season 3 people worked together a lot, and like we did, but I was more loyal to Dimitri, which is very hard because I wanted the 6 to work so badly. But for me to leave and be like, if I'm gonna leave for that reason, you two better vote for me. And especially since I talked to them the night before to say like, you need to vote for me, blah blah blah. I don't care what anyone says. So I was very, very hurt, pissed, and felt disrespected that I only got 1 vote instead of 2. Oops.
Yes.
Not your fault. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
because like you guys were all on the same season together.
So
it wouldn't have made a difference.
It wouldn't, and that's the thing, is there's no way that you could have flipped it. Oh, Jackie, see, they tried to flip the house. Jackie did the exact same thing whenever someone of her is on the block. She voted for them as well. So to me, I didn't see what the negative would have been just to give me that vote. And you know, if either one of them were on the block before me, I would have done the same thing. Out of respect, I would have voted for them and given them that 1 vote. So for me, when you didn't give me that, and then I get my reasoning in the jury house of why you didn't give me that, that still wasn't good enough for me. But like, when you really think about it, 5 vets did work together for 34 days before the double eviction happened. The first 3 vets that we, on our side, in our opinion, that we felt to working well together was Dallas, Cassandra, and Gary. For Dallas, he kept on saying, oh, I'm aligned to Dylan and Emily to get information. Well, what's this information? We never got any of that information. So we couldn't trust him. For Cassandra, on day 3, she was already saying, I'm done with the vets. So for us, we were like, if on day 3 you're already saying that, how can we trust you to work with you? And for Gary, we felt that he made a lot of like final 2 deals with a lot of the vets, and we all heard about it, so we couldn't really trust that. So even though it's as much as ego, we tried to work with the vets as much as we could, but these to us were like not the weakest links, but they were like kind of like the reason to there's a lot of distrust. So the 5 vets that did work together, even though there's still distress there, we still worked better together than with those other 3.
I mean, I'm not a vet, but at the same time, living here with the vets, I did feel like there was not only ego, but just they already play.
Yeah.
So they kind of know where they want to go or how they want to play.
Yeah.
Plus, they want to do maybe better than how they did before. They want to try to rewrite history and stuff like that. So I think it would have been hard for them to stick together just because of all of that.
It's an even number. If there was just like, you know, in the US where they had 4 vets and they had less numbers, then of course they'll stick together. If we had 6 vets, I think they would stick together a lot more than that. but because there was 8 and 8, and not only did the vets want to work with the newbies also want to work with the vets. So to me, it's like that's why we brought Dimitri in, was he was more willing to work with that. That's why I wanted to talk to Dre and talk to William, because I see that they're not being like, oh, you know, on the sidelines. So they were quite like very receptive to that, and I think it got to the point where it was no longer about vets versus newbie. It was like we want the best player to win.
Yes.
Like, not right. If you made it to final 2, like I would have voted for you, or not, depending on who you were with beside. And I wanted to just do it to bitter out of spite.
Oh my.
Would you play again, Dre?
I would definitely play again. It's very hard. It's harder than people think. I came here and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and then I was like, oh my goodness, I can't do it. It's very hard. I try to adapt as much as I could, and I would definitely play again. Maybe not tomorrow, but you know, in the future.
Yeah. A couple of years down the
Lies. If it's tomorrow, you'll still come back. You'll be like, maybe.
Okay, and Cindy, do you think you played a totally different game than you did the last time?
I think I played I guess a very different game that I did season 3, but it's also the fact that I'm not on the block every single week, so that made me enjoy my experience a lot better. I'm not stressed out, I'm not fighting for my life a lot, so I felt like I was able to play what I wanted to play in season 3 now.